Hi, my name is Dave Diesel. I'm a marketing and communications consultant, and I'm fortunate enough to do some work with Arden Coaching. A couple of days ago, I was speaking with Maren Perry, and we were talking about the various realities of the stay-at-home, shelter-in-place world that we're living in right now, from leadership to just how to deal with something like a Zoom meeting. Um, and one of the ideas that we kicked around was let's do something that talks about how to look as professional as possible and how to look best in a Zoom meeting. And we said, let's not just do a blog post. Why don't we try to demonstrate that? So here I am. And we're going to do this sort of in scene one and scene two. You are right now in scene one, and scene one is kind of the day-to-day reality. This is how many of us appear on Zoom. We're at home. We've carved out a corner of our house as a little home office. We have a Zoom meeting scheduled. We jump on, and this is what we look like. Um, as we move to scene two, I'm going to make some changes. They're all very, very easy, low tech changes that I think will improve the general presentation as you participate in a Zoom meeting. Be mindful right now, just kind of take a look around my space, look at the background, look at the lighting, look at what I'm wearing, um, and look at the camera level. And we're going to make some adjustments to those things that are super easy to do. And like I said, I think we'll improve kind of the professional presentation and allow everybody in the meeting to pay more attention to what you're saying and the business at hand. So here we go. We'll transition now to scene two. Welcome to scene two. Hopefully, you're seeing some changes. Hopefully, they are improvements and make the Zoom experience better. But they're all very, very simple. They're all very straightforward. I'm using my laptop. I'm using what I have in my stay at home world, working with what I've got. So let's go through four real quick things. First of all, um, I acknowledge that I will never ever look like George Clooney, but I have cleaned myself up a little bit. So I'm now dressed more appropriately for a business meeting. And one thing I've seen in a lot of Zoom meetings that I've been having over the last week is this remarkable tendency to sort of forget where you are. You're dealing with the kids, you're dealing with the dog, you're dealing with household chores and the whole experience of having to conduct your life in a much more enclosed space. And suddenly you have a Zoom meeting and there you are in your loungewear. Um, so this helps to up the game a little bit. Number two, I've cleaned up the background. I changed the angle of my laptop, and I've been more mindful about what's happening behind me. So the background is much more neutral, and the intent here is to eliminate anything that could potentially be a distraction. So in that regard, you'll notice that on the bookcase, I took down Krabby Dave, my steampunk crab, just to eliminate a potential distraction. Thirdly, and this is really important, I adjusted the lighting. I pulled down the shade of the window that I was next to, so that eliminates a lot of the glare and a lot of the overexposure that you were probably seeing in scene one. Also, I took my desk lamp and I turned it away from the camera before it was positioned the way that it would typically position if I had been working and just jumping on a Zoom. So this creates much more even light, so the color is truer, and you're not getting hot spots and glare and that sort of thing. I'm just a lot easier to see. Lastly, I've elevated the level of the camera. I actually have my laptop on a couple of books. And what this does is it creates a much more natural feeling view of me. And if you were doing the same, eye of view. Um, in face-to-face meetings, whether it's in a conference room or across a desk, um, this is how we tend to see each other. We're much, much closer to eye to eye. Whereas in scene one, I had my laptop on my desktop. You were looking at a lot of ceiling, and you were seeing way too much of my neck, way too much of my nose. This is a much more natural feeling, much more normal way to be looking at each other and talking with each other. So hopefully these four things are helpful. They're easy to do. and they will just make a Zoom meeting a little more pleasant, a little more professional, and it'll be a little bit easier for you to focus on the business at hand as we all conduct a lot of our business lives on Zoom and on other video platforms. So thanks for watching. Stay safe and stay healthy.